It's Christmas morning. The snow is falling softly outside your window. The smell of roast turkey fills the air, the sound of laughter echoes from the living room, and everywhere you look, there's love, light, and warmth. But there's something else hidden in that warmth, something most people never see coming. Because while everyone is unwrapping gifts and raising glasses, a quiet danger is unfolding inside millions of homes around the world. A danger that strikes more seniors during the Christmas season than at any other time of year. You might think it's just the cold weather, or maybe the stress of the holidays. But the truth is, it's much closer than that. Tucked into your daily routines, your favorite foods, even those little holiday habits that feel so harmless. I'm talking about the holiday heart. That sudden, unexpected heart strain that can turn a joyful day into an emergency in seconds. And here's the part that most people don't realize. Many of the things we do to celebrate Christmas are the very same things that push the heart past its limit. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could something as beautiful as Christmas be bad for my heart? That's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Because the habits that raise your heart risk during the holidays don't look dangerous at all. In fact, they look normal. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what those hidden habits are, and how to stop them before they stop you. So, stay with me. And while you're here, take a guess. Which Christmas habit do you think is the deadliest for your heart? Is it the food, the stress, the cold, or something else entirely? Leave your guess in the comments. I'll reveal the answer when we get to number 5. Because what you're about to learn could save a life, maybe even your own. You see, the reason this message matters so much is because every December, hospitals all across the world see the same heartbreaking pattern repeat itself. The decorations go up, the laughter grows louder, the family gatherings begin, and so do the cardiac emergencies. It's what doctors quietly call the Christmas spike. More people over 60 are rushed to emergency rooms with heart-related problems in December than in any other month of the year. Not because they're careless, but because they're human. The truth is, the holidays change everything about our routines. The way we eat, the way we sleep, the way we move, and even the way we handle emotions. The heart, that small, tireless muscle keeping you alive, suddenly has to work harder than usual. It's like asking it to run a marathon when all year it's only been walking. Think about it. You eat a little more than usual, stay up a little later, drink one more glass of wine, and tell yourself it's just for the holidays. You brave the cold to shovel snow, rush through crowded stores, or push yourself to make the day perfect for everyone else. And on top of that, there's the emotional side, missing loved ones who are no longer here, feeling lonely even in a room full of people, or pretending you're okay when deep down you're exhausted. It's a season of love, yes, but it's also a season of pressure, and your heart feels every bit of it. The sad part is, most people don't realize how fragile the heart can become when joy and stress mix together. It doesn't take a massive event to trigger a problem. Sometimes it's just one meal too heavy, one night too long, one moment of sudden strain, and everything changes. But here's the good news, and it's what gives this message hope. The same small choices that create the danger can also undo it. Simple, gentle changes, things you can start today, can protect your heart through the holidays and beyond. You don't need to give up your favorite foods or skip the fun with your family. You just need to know how to care for yourself while enjoying the season. And that's exactly what I want to show you in this video. Because Christmas should be a time for laughter, warmth, and connection. Not hospitals, ambulances, and heartbreak. You've worked too hard, lived too much, and given too freely to let preventable habits steal your peace or your health. So, if you've ever felt tired after a long day of celebration, if your heart ever races a little too fast when you climb the stairs or feel that faint pressure in your chest after dinner, this message is for you. It's not about fear. It's about awareness. It's about taking control before something takes control of you. You deserve to enjoy Christmas without worrying if your heart can keep up. And you can, once you know what to watch out for. Brief pause, soft tone. Now, let's explore the 5 hidden holiday habits that can quietly push your heart past its limit, and more importantly, what you can do to prevent it. Now, let's explore the 5 hidden holiday habits that can quietly push your heart past its limit, and what you can do to prevent it. Before we begin, take a deep breath. This isn't about guilt or fear. It's about awareness, and about protecting something precious, your health, your independence, and your peace of mind. Because when you understand what really happens to your body during the holidays, you start to see things differently. You begin to notice the small signs, the tiny warnings, the moments your heart whispers before it ever cries out for help. These 5 habits may seem harmless on the surface. They hide inside joy, inside tradition, even inside love. But together, they create the perfect storm. They stress your heart, raise your blood pressure, thicken your blood, and quietly drain your body of balance. And for many seniors, that strain builds up silently until the heart simply can't keep up. The good news? Every single one of these habits can be changed. Not with big sacrifices or strict routines, but with small, thoughtful shifts that make the difference between risk and safety. You don't need to give up Christmas. You just need to experience it with wisdom. So as we move forward, listen closely, not with fear, but with curiosity. Think of each habit as a gentle reminder, a small doorway into better choices and stronger living. You might recognize yourself in some of these examples, or maybe you'll see a friend, a parent, or someone you care about. Either way, what you learn today has the power to protect more than one life. These aren't just statistics or warnings. They're everyday realities many people overlook until it's too late. And yet, awareness turns everything around. Once you see the pattern, you can change it. Once you understand the cause, you can control it. Once you take the first small step, the heart begins to heal, to strengthen, to thrive again. So, settle in. Let this be your quiet moment, a pause between the chaos of shopping lists and family gatherings, to reflect, to learn, and to care for yourself. Because prevention isn't about doing less. It's about doing better. And when you care for your heart, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. All right, let's begin with the first hidden habit, the one that sneaks up on almost everyone this time of year. The one that hides behind comfort, joy, and celebration itself. Habit 1. Overeating and skipping medications. It begins innocently enough. You sit down at the Christmas table. The lights are glowing, the air smells like cinnamon and roasted turkey, and laughter fills the room. Your plate is full of everything you love. Creamy potatoes, tender meat, sweet desserts. You tell yourself, it's Christmas. Just this once. And maybe you pour a little extra gravy, reach for another slice of pie, or refill your glass because everyone else is doing the same. It feels warm. It feels normal. It feels like joy. But your heart, it doesn't know it's a celebration. When you eat more than your body can comfortably handle, your heart has to work harder. Much harder. Blood sugar rises, blood pressure surges, and your arteries tighten. Your stomach fills and presses upward, forcing your heart to pump against extra pressure. For someone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, that's not just a heavy meal. That's a heavy workout your heart never agreed to. Now, here's where things quietly turn risky. Because with all the excitement, it's easy to forget your medication. The small pill that keeps your pressure steady, the one that helps your heart rhythm stay calm, it's sitting on the counter while you're busy hosting, eating, or laughing with family. You tell yourself you'll take it later. But later never comes. That skipped dose, combined with the holiday feast, can push your heart into overdrive. Your pulse races, your blood thickens, your breathing feels just a little tighter, and you brush it off as being too full. But in truth, your heart is trying to tell you something. I once heard a story about Margaret, 72, full of life, loved baking cookies for her grandchildren. Every Christmas, she'd tell her family not to worry, that she felt fine. One year, after a big meal, she felt dizzy. Her chest felt heavy, but she insisted it was indigestion. The next morning, she was in the hospital with a mild heart attack. Not because she didn't care, but because she didn't know how much her heart was carrying behind that festive smile. Margaret's story isn't rare. It's a quiet warning shared by thousands of seniors every holiday season. And it doesn't have to happen again. If you're listening right now, promise yourself something simple. Don't skip your medicine. Not for a meal, not for a guest, not for the moment. Take it before the celebration begins. Keep it where you can see it. And when it's time to eat, make your plate a little lighter, a little smaller, but still full of joy. Start with a small portion. Eat slowly. Savor the taste. Pause between bites and listen to how your body feels. You'll enjoy your food more, and your heart will thank you for it. Remember, your heart doesn't care what day it is, Christmas, New Year's, or any other. It only knows the load it has to bear. So, give it kindness. Give it balance. And if you ever feel that heavy, tight sensation in your chest after a meal, if your face feels warm or your heartbeat feels louder than usual, don't ignore it. Sit down, breathe, and let someone know. Your health should never take a back seat to celebration. Because the truth is, you deserve to enjoy every moment of this season. Fully, safely, and without fear. Not just one Christmas, but many more to come. So the next time you sit at that beautiful dinner table, remember, joy doesn't come from how much you eat, but from who you share the meal with. Your heart doesn't need a full plate to feel full. It just needs care. If this first habit sounds familiar to you, don't feel ashamed. You're not alone. Almost every senior has done it, and almost every heart has felt the strain. But the difference starts with awareness. And today, you've taken that first step. Now, let's move forward. Because the next hidden holiday habit is one that looks completely harmless, but slowly chips away at your circulation every single time. Habit 2. Cold weather shock and ignoring the warning signs. There's something about winter that feels magical. Crisp air, gentle snow, that cozy feeling of a scarf around your neck. But for the heart, that same magic can quietly turn into danger. You might step outside early in the morning to take a walk, grab the mail, or clear the driveway. The air hits your face, sharp, cold, refreshing. It wakes you up, maybe even makes you smile. But what you can't see is what that sudden cold is doing inside your body. When the temperature drops, your blood vessels tighten. It's your body's way of keeping you warm, but that tightening forces your heart to work harder, pushing blood through smaller, narrower paths. Your blood pressure rises, your heart rate quickens, and before you know it, that refreshing chill has turned into a silent stress test for your heart. Now, for a young person, the body adjusts easily. But for someone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, especially with high blood pressure or heart disease, that pressure can become too much. And what's worse, most people don't feel it happening. They feel a bit of tightness, maybe a small pinch in the chest, or a wave of dizziness when they bend over. And they brush it off. "Oh, it's just the cold," they say. But the heart doesn't lie. It whispers warnings long before it shouts for help. I remember hearing about Walter, 76 years old, sharp as ever, proud of staying active. Every winter morning, he'd bundle up and head out for his walk, even when the wind cut through the air like glass. He said it made him feel alive. But one morning, as he bent down to pick up his newspaper, he felt lightheaded. His heart fluttered, then pounded fast. He steadied himself, waited a moment, and kept walking. 2 days later, his daughter found him sitting by the window, pale and breathless. He had suffered what doctors called a holiday heart episode, a stress reaction caused by sudden cold exposure and overexertion. Walter recovered, thankfully. But his story became a lesson, not about weakness, but about wisdom. Because sometimes, strength isn't about pushing through discomfort. It's about knowing when to slow down. So, if you wake up to a frosty morning, don't rush outside. Give your heart a few minutes to adjust. Warm up indoors first. Stretch your arms, move your shoulders, walk in place. Let your body wake up gently. And if it's freezing outside, consider saving that walk for later in the day, when the sun softens the air. Wear layers, not just for comfort, but for protection. And if you start to feel short of breath, dizzy, or unusually tired, stop immediately. Go back inside. Sit down. Breathe. Your pride is never worth more than your pulse. And there's something else that deserves attention. Those little warning signs you might ignore. A bit of chest pressure. Mild fatigue. That moment when you have to catch your breath more than usual. They're not random. They're your body speaking, quietly, but clearly. Ignoring those signs doesn't make you strong. It just silences the only voice trying to keep you alive. I know, during Christmas, you want to help, you want to do things yourself. You shovel a bit, lift decorations, carry boxes up the stairs. You feel useful, independent. But independence doesn't mean doing it all alone. It means knowing your limits and choosing safety before pride. So this holiday season, Don't let the cold trick you into overdoing it. Your heart already gives so much. It beats every moment, without complaint, through every emotion, every laugh, every memory. Give it a break when the weather doesn't. And if you ever start to feel dizzy or lightheaded after stepping into the cold, don't shrug it off. Warm up. Tell someone. Those small moments of care are what prevent the big emergencies. Because the truth is, winter isn't your enemy. It's a reminder, a gentle one, that slowing down isn't weakness. It's wisdom. So as you wrap your scarf and sip your warm drink, remember, your heart deserves warmth too, not just from the fire in the room, but from the choices you make. Now, as we move on, the next habit isn't about temperature or activity. It's about something far more invisible. The kind of stress that doesn't come from outside your body, but from deep inside your emotions. And for many seniors, it's the most underestimated heart strain of all. Habit 3. Holiday stress and emotional overload. The holidays are meant to bring joy, but let's be honest, sometimes they bring something else entirely. Behind the smiles, the cooking, the cleaning, the gifts, and the gatherings, there's a quiet weight that many seniors carry on their shoulders. It's the feeling of wanting everything to be perfect, of wanting everyone to be happy, even when your own body is begging for rest. You see, not all stress is loud. Sometimes it hides behind polite smiles and kind words. Sometimes it looks like holding back tears when no one's watching, or pretending you're fine because you don't want to worry your family. But your heart knows the truth. It feels the tension in every beat. When you push through exhaustion, when you carry emotional pain or loneliness, your heart responds, with racing pulses, skipped beats, and sudden fatigue. It's something doctors call emotional strain, but for seniors, it's more than a medical term, it's lived experience. I once heard about Gloria, 80 years old, strong-willed, always the one who held her family together. After her husband passed away, she made it her mission to keep Christmas the same as it had always been. Same dinner, same decorations, same music. She smiled, she cooked, she hosted. But deep down, she was exhausted. That night, after everyone left, she sat alone at the table, surrounded by empty plates and fading lights, and began to feel an ache across her chest. It wasn't a heart attack, not that night. But her doctor later told her it could have been. Her heart was simply tired, not just from the day, but from months of holding in grief and pretending she was okay. Gloria learned something powerful that year, something I hope you take to heart too. Stress doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. And if you don't listen, it grows louder until it breaks you. The body and the heart are deeply connected. When you feel lonely, anxious, or under pressure, your body releases stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, chemicals that raise your heart rate and blood pressure. It's your body's way of saying, I'm trying to help you cope. But when that stress doesn't go away, when you don't give yourself rest, compassion, or space to breathe, those same chemicals become poison. They wear your heart down little by little, like waves against a rock. That's why, during the holidays, it's so important to slow down. You don't need to do everything. You don't have to make every meal, clean every corner, or please every guest. Your worth isn't measured by how much you do. It's measured by how well you care for yourself. If you feel overwhelmed, take a moment. Step outside for a breath of cool air. Put on your favorite song. Call someone you trust and simply say, "Today feels heavy." You'd be surprised how freeing that can be. And if you're missing someone this Christmas, a spouse, a friend, a sibling, let yourself miss them. Let yourself cry. Grief isn't weakness. It's love that has nowhere to go. And when you release it, your heart can breathe again. One of the healthiest things you can do for your heart isn't taking a pill or eating a salad. It's letting go of emotional weight. It's saying no when you're tired, and yes when you need rest. It's sitting quietly with your thoughts and allowing yourself to feel. Stress isn't always avoidable, but how you respond to it changes everything. You can't control every situation, but you can control how gently you treat yourself through it. So this Christmas, remind yourself. You don't have to make the day perfect, it already is, because you're here. Your presence is enough. Your love is enough. Take breaks. Ask for help. Laugh when you can. And remember, it's okay if some things don't go as planned. The people who truly care about you don't want perfection. They want you healthy, happy, and here. Because when your heart feels safe, your body follows. When your mind feels at peace, your heart beats steady. And when you learn to let go of stress, you make room for something better. Peace, joy, and calm strength. Now, the next habit we're about to uncover is one most people never think about, but it drains your energy, weakens your heart, and slowly chips away at your resilience. It's something that happens when the laughter fades and the night drags on a little too long. It's not about what you eat or how you feel, it's about what you lose without even realizing it. Habit 4. Sleep deprivation and late-night celebrations. There's something special about Christmas nights. The tree glows softly in the corner, carols hum in the background, and the room still feels alive long after the clock strikes midnight. You tell yourself, it's okay, it's the holidays. I'll rest later. But your heart doesn't understand later. It only knows now. Every night you stay up long past your usual bedtime, watching movies, entertaining guests, wrapping last-minute gifts. Your body pays a quiet price. And that price is exhaustion that runs deeper than tired eyes or yawns. It's the kind of fatigue your heart feels first. You see, sleep isn't just rest for your mind, it's a nightly reset for your entire body. When you sleep, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your arteries relax. Your heart finally gets to breathe after a long day of working for you. But when you cut that rest short, your heart never gets its break. And over time, that lost rest builds up like debt. Your blood pressure stays elevated. Your heart keeps working overtime. And the body begins to struggle with inflammation, stress, and imbalance. For a senior, even 2 or 3 nights of short sleep can tip that balance just enough to trigger chest pain, irregular heartbeat, or fatigue that doesn't go away. I remember hearing about Charles, 69 years old, always full of cheer during Christmas. He loved staying up late, wrapping gifts, and watching old movies with his grandchildren. He'd say, "Sleep is for January," and laugh. But one Christmas Eve, after several nights of barely sleeping, he woke up feeling dizzy and weak. His pulse was racing, his chest felt heavy, and by morning, his wife was calling an ambulance. The doctors told him it was a heart rhythm disturbance brought on by exhaustion and stress. His heart wasn't sick. It was simply tired beyond measure. Charles made a full recovery. But he learned a lesson many forget. Your heart needs sleep as much as your mind does. You might think staying up to make memories with loved ones is harmless. But the truth is, memories mean more when you're healthy enough to enjoy them for years to come. And your body doesn't care what season it is, it needs its rhythm. So this Christmas, protect your bedtime like it's a gift. Go to bed around the same hour each night. Even if the house is busy, even if there's one more show, one more chat, one more cup of tea, remind yourself that the best version of you tomorrow depends on the rest you give yourself tonight. Turn off the screens earlier. Dim the lights. Let your heart wind down with you. And if you wake up tired, listen to your body. A nap isn't laziness, it's medicine. Sometimes, in trying to make the season brighter for everyone else, you dim your own light without realizing it. But you can change that, one restful night at a time. And here's something important to remember. Sleep and the heart share a secret connection. When you sleep well, your blood vessels repair themselves. Your stress hormones drop. Even your mood improves, which means your heart doesn't carry emotional tension while it beats. That's why people who rest better live longer, heal faster, and feel stronger. So tonight, when the festivities fade and the room grows quiet, take it as a sign, not of loneliness, but of grace. Let yourself drift into rest knowing you've earned it. Because every heartbeat you save tonight gives you more mornings to enjoy the people and moments you love most. Christmas isn't meant to drain you, it's meant to fill you. And the best way to feel full is to give your body what it's quietly asking for, rest. Now, as we move forward, we come to the final hidden habit. It's one that hides behind laughter, celebration, and clinking glasses, the kind of habit that starts with a toast and ends with something far more dangerous than most people realize. It's not the most obvious one, but it's one that has sent more seniors to the hospital during the holidays than almost any other. Habit 5. Excessive alcohol and silent dehydration. There's a moment at every Christmas gathering that feels timeless. The table is glowing, glasses are raised, laughter echoes through the room. Someone makes a toast, to family, to love, to another beautiful year. And everyone smiles as the glasses clink. It's beautiful. It's heartfelt. But behind that familiar sound lies a quiet risk that most people never think about. You see, alcohol doesn't announce its danger. It doesn't shout or sting. It disguises itself as warmth, the kind that relaxes you, loosens conversation, makes everything feel light and joyful. But inside your body, something very different is happening. Every sip of alcohol tells your kidneys to let go of water, more than they should. And little by little, without realizing it, your body begins to dry out. Your blood thickens, your heart works harder to pump it, and your blood pressure rises. It's what doctors sometimes call silent dehydration. And when you mix that with heavy food, holiday stress, skipped sleep, or missed medications, it becomes the perfect storm. A heart under quiet siege. Many seniors don't feel it right away. They just feel a little flushed, a bit lightheaded, maybe a flutter in the chest or a wave of fatigue. They say, "I just overdid it today," or "I'm just tired." But inside, the heart is struggling to keep up, dehydrated, overworked, and unbalanced. I remember the story of Frank, 74 years old, gentle, funny, loved by everyone. He wasn't a heavy drinker. He only had a few glasses of eggnog and a little wine with dinner each night of Christmas week. But one evening, he felt dizzy after standing up too quickly. He sat down, brushed it off, and went to bed. The next morning, his wife found him pale, sweating, his pulse irregular. He was rushed to the hospital, a case of holiday heart syndrome, triggered by dehydration and alcohol. He survived, thank goodness. But he never forgot what his doctor told him. It wasn't the alcohol itself, Frank. It was what it took from you. Your hydration, your rhythm, your balance. That's the thing about alcohol. It takes more than it gives, especially as we get older. Your body becomes less able to handle it. It lingers longer in your system, interacts differently with medications, and puts a strain on your heart that you might not feel until it's too late. Now, this isn't to say you can't enjoy a small glass of something festive. But moderation isn't just a word. It's protection. It's wisdom disguised as discipline. If you choose to drink, do it gently. Sip slowly. Space it out. Have a glass of water between every drink. And make sure you eat before and after. Never on an empty stomach. Most importantly, never mix alcohol with your heart or blood pressure medication. That combination is unpredictable and dangerous. If you're ever unsure, skip the drink. Your health is worth more than a moment's cheer. And here's something most people overlook. Dehydration doesn't just come from alcohol. Even caffeine, sugary drinks, and salty foods pull water out of your system. So while you're enjoying the season, make it a habit to keep water nearby. Take sips often, even if you're not thirsty. Because by the time you feel thirsty, your body is already running low. Your heart is 75% water. It depends on that balance to beat properly, to carry oxygen, to keep your blood flowing smoothly. When you give it hydration, you give it life. So this Christmas, instead of raising glass after glass of wine, try raising a glass of water too. Make it a toast to your own well-being. Celebrate not just with laughter, but with mindfulness. Because joy isn't found at the bottom of a cup, it's found in the quiet peace of knowing you're protecting your future. And if anyone asks why you're choosing to go easy this year, just smile and say, "Because I want to be here next Christmas too." That one sentence might save your life, and maybe inspire someone else to do the same. So as you celebrate this holiday season, remember, your heart doesn't need alcohol to feel joy. It doesn't need excess to feel love. It just needs care, your care. And that, more than any toast, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Now that we've uncovered the 5 hidden holiday habits that quietly raise your heart risk, let's bring everything together, so you can walk away not with fear, but with confidence. Because understanding these habits is the first step to enjoying the holidays with strength, peace, and a heart that feels light and free. Grand recap and reflection. We've just walked through 5 holiday habits that many people never think twice about. But as you've now seen, they aren't as harmless as they seem. Let's take a quiet moment to remember them, not as warnings, but as reminders of how powerful awareness can be. First, overeating and skipping medications. That moment at the dinner table when joy turns into strain. A simple reminder that your heart needs balance, not excess. Second, cold weather shock and ignoring the warning signs. The morning chill that wakes you up, but tightens your arteries too. A reminder that slowing down is strength, not weakness. Third, holiday stress and emotional overload. The invisible pressure to make everything perfect, to smile through pain, to carry too much. A reminder that your heart feels your emotions just as deeply as you do. Fourth, sleep deprivation and late-night celebrations. Those beautiful candlelit nights that steal the rest your body desperately needs. A reminder that peace and longevity are built on rest, not rushing. And finally, excessive alcohol and silent dehydration. The toasts and cheers that quietly dry out your body and strain your heart. A reminder that joy isn't poured into a glass, it's felt in moments of clarity and care. Each of these habits hides behind comfort, celebration, and love. But love isn't just about giving to others, it's also about protecting yourself. Because the truth is, the people who love you most want one thing above all else. They want you here, healthy, happy, and strong enough to share another Christmas with them. You've lived through decades of winters, learned lessons that only time can teach, and carried yourself through seasons of joy and pain. You know that life's most precious moments aren't measured by gifts or glitter, but by breath, laughter, connection, and presence. So this year, choose presence. Choose to protect your heart the same way it's protected you, every second of your life. Eat with care. Rest when you need to. Listen to your body when it whispers. And drink water like your heart depends on it, because it truly does. The holidays aren't about perfection, they're about peace. And peace begins with you. Take a deep breath. Feel that gentle rhythm in your chest, steady, faithful, alive. That's your heart, your lifelong companion, asking only for a little kindness in return. You deserve a Christmas filled with laughter, love, and health. Not hospitals, exhaustion, or worry. So carry these lessons with you, not as restrictions, but as gifts of awareness, gifts that allow you to celebrate longer, live fuller, and love deeper. Because prevention isn't fear, it's wisdom. And wisdom is what makes each heartbeat last a little longer. And as we close this chapter together, remember, every small act of care you give yourself this season, every mindful choice, every gentle pause, is a silent promise to your heart. A promise that says, I choose life. I choose strength. I choose to stay. Now, before we end, let's take one more moment together. A message from my heart to yours. If what you've heard today has opened your eyes, or maybe even touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone you love, a friend, a neighbor, a parent, a grandparent, because sometimes a simple message like this can protect a life without anyone realizing it. And if you're new here, welcome. This is Senior Strong Living, a place built for people like you. People who believe growing older doesn't mean growing weaker, and that caring for your body and mind is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Every week, we bring you stories, advice, and truths that help you live longer, stronger, and with peace in your heart. Because life doesn't stop at 60. It evolves, it deepens, it becomes wiser. And we're here to make sure you enjoy every moment of it, safely and confidently. So, if you haven't already, take a second now, tap that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Not for me, but for you. Because every time you join us here, you invest in your own strength, your own awareness, and your own well-being. And if you've been with Senior Strong Living for a while, thank you, truly. Your support, your comments, your stories, they mean more than you can imagine. Every time you share your experiences, you remind someone else that they're not alone, and that's what makes this community so powerful. So tell me in the comments, which of the 5 habits spoke to you most today? Was it the stress, the cold, the long nights, or maybe that quiet dehydration we often overlook? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because your story might be the reason someone else decides to take better care of their heart this Christmas. This season isn't just about gifts under a tree. It's about giving yourself permission to slow down, to breathe, to live with purpose and peace. So, from my heart to yours, thank you for being here. And thank you for choosing to stay strong, aware, and alive, not just for this Christmas, but for many more to come. You are the reason Senior Strong Living exists, and together, we're proving that age is not a limit. It's a legacy. As we bring this message to a close, take a quiet moment for yourself. Look around, the twinkling lights, the warmth of your home, the simple peace of being here, alive and aware. This Christmas isn't about rushing through moments. It's about feeling them. It's about choosing calm over chaos, presence over perfection, and health over habit. You've given yourself a gift tonight, not wrapped in paper, not tied with a bow, but a gift of understanding, of awareness, of love for your own heart. And that gift will keep giving, long after the decorations come down. But our journey doesn't end here. Because in our next video, we're going to uncover something just as important. 3 silent winter symptoms that often appear before a heart attack. They're subtle, they're easy to ignore, and they've caught too many people off guard. You deserve to know what they are, before they ever have a chance to harm you. So stay with us. Make sure you're subscribed to Senior Strong Living, and turn on that little bell, because every week we bring you practical steps, heartfelt guidance, and stories that protect your health, your happiness, and your independence. Until then, take care of yourself, truly. Eat gently, rest deeply, and listen closely to what your heart is trying to tell you. Because it's been beating faithfully for you your entire life. And it deserves your kindness in return. From all of us here at Senior Strong Living, Merry Christmas, stay warm, stay safe, and remember, you're never too old to live strong. We'll see you in the next video.